all right. Boom. Figured I'd spice it up a little bit. This was done, this is an old video, because we're doing this in almost March of 2020. But it was brought up again about him. Mike O'Hearn being natural, unnatural. And I know these videos, everyone loves these things. So I want to give my perspective. But first off, I was going to say I never met him, but I think I did meet him when he was an American Gladiator back in 92 or 93. And I guess I should have researched it if he was even on back then, but I think I did meet him. Somebody told me I met him, so maybe I did. But for the most part, I don't know him. I don't care if he's natural or not, but I just wanted to put dispute because I'm an old man like him and point out a few things. But somebody recently said, oh, he's natural because he just had a kid. That is 99.999% true, but real quick about me, because my video channel, so I can always think about me. I naturally have low testosterone, low growth hormone, so I've been on HRT, TRT legitly. Insurance pays for it. Get it at the hospital. It's all legit. Not a gym doctor. You know, you go in the locker room or in the trunk of his car or whatever. So I have blood work that shows I have 0 sperm. I know TMI for a lot of you people, but guess what? I have 2 kids. And we'll leave it at that. I'm not going to go into detail. But for the most part, 99.9% of that's true. So if he's been doing drugs, and everyone thinks he's been doing them forever, there's no way he would have any sperm left. My few topics on why, besides that, let's look at him from, I mean, his career has been documented since he was like a teenager. If anything, you want to say he was unnatural in high school, but from what he says, his whole family's big, he was super strong, he was just a big farm boy. Because there's a lot of guys, almost myself, that look like him, and if you grew up north or in the Midwest, there was guys that were ginormous back then. I don't know, now it seems to not that big, but the farms are dead. But anyway, it's a big little inside thing. Unless you're a farmer, you know, chucking the hay bales or whatever, you don't understand. So his career has been documented. He's always been big. Now, the number one thing to take out of this, and I'll actually mention this in other videos, 95, 96, and another thing, you know, EAS or Muscle Media, Bill Davies, and to me he was an old man. He was 38 or 48, and I was only like 20-ish. He was on the cover of the magazines, and he was shredded to the bone. Pretty big guy. Now, he told me, again, back then we didn't really discuss the whole drug thing. So, he said he was natural. I don't care if he was. He might have just been a little bit like everybody was. But he made a comment, and he is correct. So, when you get in your 40s, something happens in the body, and you just can get in the best shape of your life. We laughed at him because most people in their 40s back then, oh yeah, I used to be, you know, big and lean and strong and, you know, everything. And look, you get fat, old, and just it all goes away. For the most part, everybody is right. But for me personally, if I can just stop drinking all the sugar, I'd probably be just as lean as him. And I know I can be big or bigger than him. Sorry, I have the window open a crack. It's actually cool in Florida, and if the wind's coming through. So, and if you look at his career, he was big, but not really like pre-contest year-round, like the old saying used to be back in the 80s, 90s. You know, if you're a true bodybuilder or lifter, you'd be, you know, pre-contest all year round. Which means, you know, if you look at the Mr. Olympia stage, all those guys, that's what you would look at in off-season, 12, 14 weeks out. So, he was never in shape, but always big. So all he might have done is maybe he ate like crap. I mean, you can see for the magazines, he always got in shape. But now he seems to be year-round shredded to the bone. And again, I'm experiencing that I can actually, and I know I have a huge gut, but I could actually be pretty lean, which is not my genetics. My genetics to be big and strong, not shredded. So, and also, if he is doing drugs, to be doing drugs year round like that, and he'd have to be doing some pretty hardcore stuff. It's too hard for the system. But he seems to have a pretty nice life. I'm sure he has stress, but I don't think he has stress like the normal person. He just had a kid, from what I think. I don't, like I said, I don't follow him much. I just watch his videos every once in a while. And he seems to make good money from whatever supplements, sponsorships, flying around the world. And that was another old joke that everybody was shredded, but if you saw the guy at a club or a bar, and the guy was fat, he had a girlfriend or whatever, because when you have no life, you're in the gym all the time, you can pretty well stay in shape year round, and you have time to do cardio every day, an hour, 3 hours of cardio every day, it's much easier. And if you look at him, he's dedicated. And I think if we all were as dedicated to that, we'd all look way better. I'm not saying we're going to be huge and shredded, but me personally, if I would get up at 4:30 in the morning, which I do get up at 4:30, to get my wife off to work and slowly get ready for the day, for the kids and everything like that, because I'm a stay-at-home dad, I'd be shredded. And if I could, I know I do eat that clean, I just drink that dirty. So, the hard part, and this will be controversial, and I guess I shouldn't have said that, but one thing that makes me question is he's white. And if you look at, and this is just a fact, it's not being racist, if you look at any competitor around the world, and you can go back 20, 30, 50 years, they're pretty well not white. They are, sorry, I heard the camera going off, so I want to make sure it's still working. They're mixed. They have some black in them or whatever, it's just a fact. White boys, but you look at powerlifter, strongman, they're big and strong, and which he was. He comes from that side. So now that's the only part, because to be a white boy, blonde hair, blue eyed, like when I used to be, it's super, super, super hard. And that's just a fact. You can go anywhere around the world, pull it up, and it's just a fact. Okay? So that's the only thing that makes me, I think he is. And again, the age, he could be, but again, something does happen to metabolism, and someone like him or I that's been lifting forever and ever and ever, that. The other thing is, I don't think he has a coach, which I think is stupid. So he knows his own body. He knows exactly the right protein, the right carbs, and the right fat to take. And that's the key. Because if you know exactly what to eat, you're not relying on a complete stranger to tell you what to do, that's the key. So, point is, really I don't think he's natural. But I just, a million people have done these videos, and I just wanted to put my 2 cents out there. That's it.